disgrace, Mr. Chairman.
Call the Minister, the Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Chairman, I just thought it was important to tie up a couple of things. As we've heard quite a few speakers and they're getting repeating themselves, and so obviously there's a couple of issues there. So let's be kind of clear on something. So housing policy changes, well here it is, here's the answers that you wanted. So housing policy changes were actually reported back from Social Services Select Committee on the 12th of May 2011. It has been to Select Committee, it has just been repackaged into this bill. So MB staff, to be quite clear, have actually been undertaking policy advice in lieu of Housing New Zealand since June 2011. So since June 2011, so this is an opportunity, it's coming. So this is an opportunity for us to tidy up what is in the bill that says that Housing New Zealand do it. So we've changed it. And so, no, actually, it's mainly the first part, but I'm not going to talk about part one, we're talking about part two. So to be quite clear, the questions that have been asked have been around that, made sense to tidy up that Housing New Zealand no longer provide the policy advice that they have not been providing now for 4 years. And actually that whole advice is all part of, our whole advice part of it is that actually what needs to be done is that it's more than just Housing New Zealand. This is about providing advice to the community housing sector and making sure that we are seeing the needs of the whole community and not just one player. They may be a big player and a significant one of whom I of course meet with incredibly often and take their advice, but that advice goes through MB, which means that we're looking at the whole sector as a whole. The other part of it that I just quickly thought I should clear up is we certainly had questions earlier about subsections and the existing sections. So it's obviously for those that have been around longer, which is why I don't think we've got more on it. It's a drafting convention that of course when subsections are added, the existing sections become the subsection. So you go 90, if you've got section 98, when you're putting in a 98.2, then 98 becomes 98.1. So that's why you can't find 98.1, because as a convention it will become that once we've made the changes. Thank you.
I call Chris Hipkins.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I'm very happy to take a call on this